You're watching CreekBox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to CreekBox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. I got my good buddy, Mr. Brooks Blitch. He's running for mayor of Homerville. Brooks, man, we appreciate you taking the time to come on CreekBox. Done the debate. We're doing a one-on-one now, man. We appreciate you taking the time to come talk about some of the topics for the mayor's race.
I certainly appreciate it.
Well, man, first of all, before we get started, we were on a clock when we did the debate.
Right.
Tonight, we're not on a clock, brother. We can talk, take as long as we want to.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. We moved to Homerville when I was extremely young, as a lot of people know that were here then and still are here. I attended private school in Waycross, and then I came back to Homerville for a year in junior high, and then went to private school in Valdosta. After graduating Valdosta, or actually, let me rephrase that, in my senior year, I transferred back to Clinch County because I wanted to graduate from Clinch County. And my parents wanted me to as well. So we moved back, I graduated, and then I attended Valdosta State. At the time, it was college, it's university now. And I attended there for 4 years and received my degree. I actually got, I received my degrees. From there, I went to law school. And at that point in my life, I was tired of school.
Hey, I guarantee.
So I'd go a little while and then I'd not go. And then I might work an odd job here or not. And pretty soon, my mom and daddy told me either make up your mind and do it or get home and find something to do, which is ultimately, after 2 years of that, that's about what I did. The happiest I've been in my adult career, other than family and in our community, because it does play a big part to me, but the happiest I've been was probably running a sawmill in Thomasville, Georgia. I did that for 4 or 5 years. I'm not real sure. And anyway, from there, I returned home. The main reason I did return to Homerville, it was not just because I missed Homerville, because I would come home every weekend.
That's right.
I mean, I would.
That's right.
And, but it's because I missed it and because my parents.
It's home.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right.
Nobody makes you feel like mama.
That's right.
But anyway, so I returned home, and it wasn't long after I returned home, I had some family responsibilities to do. And for the past 3-ish years, that's what's been my daily focus. As a lot of you know, my mom's not here anymore.
That's right.
And she was the
That's right.
She was the backbone.
That's right. She was mayor, you know.
Well, yeah, she was mayor.
Also.
I hope I don't cry.
No, you'll be all right, brother.
But she pushed me ever since I was younger to have the desire to serve. My father's the same way. Of course, my father goes about it a little bit differently.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's pretty much brought me to where I am today. I'm running because I want to serve this community. I have no desire to do anything but. I want to make my daddy proud, of course. Mm-hmm. I will never do anything to dishonor my mama's memory.
That's right.
But equally as important to me is making the citizens of Homerville proud. And not proud of me, but proud of our city again. This city used to belong to the people. And from what I can tell, it does not belong that way, or it's not that way anymore. Mm-hmm. and that's why I'm running.
Well, man, we appreciate it. That's going to lead us into our first break, Brooks. We're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors, and we're going to come back and ask Mr. Brooks Blitch some questions for the mayor of Homerville. We'll be right back.
Say yes to Camry's available all-wheel drive, and say yes to better control. With better control, you have confidence. When you have confidence,
You sound like one of those movie announcer guys.
this is my normal voice. Say yes to Camry.
Toyota, let's go places. Walker Jones Toyota, home of the lifetime warranty. Memorial Drive in Waycross and online at walkerjonestoyota.com.
Your car or truck won't start, stuck in the mud, stranded on the side of the road? No need to fear, Rocket Towing is here. Rocket Towing of Homerville is ready to tow your vehicles 24/7. When you need a tow, Rocket Towing will arrive at your location promptly with professional service. Keep this number handy, 912-487-6727. For all of your towing needs, call Rocket Towing and Recovery. Homerville, Georgia, we are here to serve.
My name is Benny Jamie Hendricks White, and I approve this message.
At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll. Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
You're watching CreekBox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to CreekBox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. I got my good buddy, Mr. Brooks Blitch, Little Brooks. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there because I know I'm going to mess up and call you Little Brooks. He's running for mayor of Homerville. Little Brooks, the other night at the debate, and we had all three candidates, the word audit kept coming up. Mm-hmm. And why do you think the city needs an audit?
Well, the audit's necessary, and I know it's been said that we've had audits before. What I want is a complete and total supervised audit, really a super audit, because I think it's important that if one of us is representing you and your city council, we have to know exactly what comes in and what goes out and why. Equally, if not more important, it's important that we can relay that information to the citizens. Because as I said during the debate, after all, it is your money. You need to know if it's being wasted, if it's being spent nefariously, or if it's just being spent on things that aren't going to serve any purpose for our community or our citizens. And that's why the audit is so important. And since we touched on that with this question, I'd like to also make a comment about budgets. Technically, a budget is a guide.
That's right.
That's technically true. Mm-hmm. But if you know how to create a thorough budget and then know how to monitor that budget on a monthly basis, it can help allow those who are responsible to realize when there's a category that's getting out of whack. And if there's a problem that's going on in our financial commitment to this community and the citizens, the sooner we know about it, the sooner we can identify it, the sooner we can correct it before it turns into a problem that may become unsolvable. All of those are reasons for the audit.
That's right. That's right.
And that was also my reason for the budget. I do want to say this, if I'm elected, I'm going to work with each department on their budget. I have been trained a certain way to do it, but trust me, it's extremely thorough. But as representatives, not only as elected officials, but people who serve in your city government, they have a responsibility to not only make sure that your money is safe and protected, they have a responsibility to make sure it's used for your best interest. And that's my reason for the audit and budget.
Well, man.
That's that.
That's that. Brother, you mentioned departments. Let's talk about one of the departments. What is your position concerning the water department?
I'm glad you asked that. Throughout my campaign and even before, I've heard a lot of citizens complain about the quality of water, where they were talking about the smell, maybe a discoloration. Now, I'm not saying everybody's is like that. I haven't talked to everybody. I'm trying to.
There you go.
But it is a problem. And if you're having a problem one place, that can be a symptom of a greater problem to come. I think we have good people in the water department. I don't have any problem with anybody that's serving on the water department. But we have to have someone that is certified and qualified to maintain the quality of water and the supply of water. And I've gone around and throughout this campaign, and I've seen certain water stations that appear to me. Now, I am not a water expert, so please don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to tell you I can go in there and do this.
That's right.
I tell you this is what I plan to do if I'm elected. But these things have to be serviced just like a vehicle.
That's right.
Or anything else. And I think our water department works hard. But they need someone that knows the mechanics of what makes it function for our community. Water is the most vital resource and most vital utility our city has. We all need it to survive. It helps the city by providing income, and it deserves our utmost attention. That being said, something else just came to my mind. I've had some citizens complain to me about their water bills. Now, I had a discrepancy with one of mine, and it got resolved, and they were very good with resolving it. So I'm not being critical of that. The only thing I can answer concerning water bills is that I was told they had a problem with their computer or they installed a new system. I'm not real clear. But I can assure you, just like the total water department and every department in our city, the billing, if it's not correct, it will be corrected.
That's right.
And so will every other aspect of our city government. And I can promise you that. I don't promise a lot of things because until I have all the facts, I may tell you something that one, that doesn't need correcting, or two, I may tell you something that I can't correct.
That's right.
So I'm not going to make a promise I can't keep. These promises I've made, I will keep. And you have my word.
And brother, that's what most people want. They want an answer, whether you can, and
Right.
or you can fix it. I mean, you're right. Let's talk a little bit about the economy. How will you work to improve the city's economy, Brooks?
Well, I think there are multiple ways to begin on that. First, I feel like we need a stronger relationship with other entities, local entities. And I'm referring to the county commission, the Development Authority, even the school board if the opportunity presents itself and it can be mutually beneficial for all. The county and the city are hooked at the hip, so to speak.
That's right.
Our city, Homerville, is in the county, but what comes through our city is part of the county. So why don't we work together? Now my view, and I'm very adamant about this, is that the only way that you can grow our economy is by manufacturing. If you look back over history and over time, without manufacturing as your strongest base, your economy won't grow. And from manufacturing, you get housing. Because if there are enough quality jobs here that complement what we have, now I'm not looking for competition with what we have. I want to complement it, or to be something that our citizens are, and when I say citizens in this respect, I'm also including county citizens, but our citizens are capable of doing. And if that brings other people in, which is my desire that it does, but in a smart way, because I don't want to change our community, that's what needs to be done to improve this economy. And without that, I can assure you, you won't have it. The last thing I'll say about that, believe it or not, someone mentioned during the debate about they wanted to do something specific, and I'm not going to get into that. We just have totally different views. But something was said that I totally disagree with, and I want to make it a point here tonight. I'm against raising taxes for any reason. All government, not just our local government, all government has room for financial improvement. There's waste everywhere. Remember, when people are serving in government, are working for a government entity, in this case, city employees, and that includes each department, it's easy to spend money because it's not coming directly out of your pocket. Well, that's not how I was taught, and that's not how I view it. It does come out of your pocket. It just is not directly. So I feel like if that one, we can control our taxes, increase our tax base, hopefully we'll be able to put or save you money on your taxes. And if we can do that, that gives you more money to aid in paying your bills, to buying groceries.
That's right.
To buying gifts for your children, your wife, your husband, me.
That's right.
But that's all part of it too. Raising taxes is never the answer, but for some, it's always the first thing they go to, and that's just not acceptable to me.
Well, we appreciate it, Little Brooks. That's going to lead us into our second segment break here to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back to talk about the mayor's race with Little Brooks Blitch here in just a second.
At Douglas Metal and Steel Manufacturing, we only use top quality steel and roofing. And with our on-staff custom designer, we can customize your building to best suit your needs. From large commercial, agriculture, or just a place to store your stuff. And it comes with a written 40-year warranty that we'll put in your hand. It's not just quality we stand behind, but we stand on. Call today for a free quote. Douglas Metal and Steel Manufacturing. We are steel number one.
From our swing bed service to our primary care practice, and now our new retail pharmacy, Clinch Memorial Hospital is equipped to provide our community the best care right here at home. Dr. Ankor is Clinch Memorial's physician and offers quality care at Clinch Family Practice, where our community can also enjoy spa services. At Clinch Memorial Pharmacy, patients can fulfill their prescriptions conveniently with our curbside pickup services. We also provide the COVID vaccine. Give us a call at 912-470-2359 to schedule yours today.
Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers! Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
You're watching CreekBox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to CreekBox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. I got my good buddy, Mr. Brooks Blitch, Little Brooks, as we all know him. He's running for mayor of Homerville. We're talking about the city of Homerville and why you want to be mayor. Little Brooks, I got a couple more questions. What is your take on the new rural zone program?
Okay. That's a tough one, but I'll just tell you what I think and what little I do know about it. And what I've learned about it, I learned from, I guess it's the Better Hometown Manager, or what, I don't know the exact title, but that she had posted on Facebook. I want to start the answer to that question by saying this, and please understand what I mean by this, because I'm not referring to anything specific. I'm just using it to make a point so you understand the position I'm taking. All grants aren't beneficial for every entity or governing body or community. Grants are not free money. And this is not a grant, mind you, but I'm leading into a point, so when I explain the answer.
That's right.
But grants are not free money. That's tax money. It's been paid by you and others to whether it's state or federal government, because that's generally where they come from. And they may not directly come from it. It may be a department, but they're funded by it. That's where it comes from. And what came to my mind when I read what was posted was we received a grant. It's been a few years ago. I can't remember exactly when. The city did, for new police cars. And that sounds great. I mean, it really does.
That's right.
You know, some of...
Free.
Free. Tax money you paid actually coming back. And that sounds wonderful. But as I said, grants and programs generally have strings attached. Conditions is probably a better word. Well, as I remember, when we applied and received the grants for the 2 police cars, the condition that we had to comply with was to hire 3 full-time police officers. Now, it's not within my knowledge to know if they were needed at the time or not. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I'm just telling you, it was a requirement. It wasn't if you need them. If you want the vehicles, you want the money, you have to hire them. So we did. Or the council, or the government did, whoever. Anyway, the problem with that is there's about a 95 or better % chance that the cost and the extra employees, their costs, their taxes, their insurance, their uniforms, all of it, will outweigh what it would cost if we had worked to save money to buy the police cars ourselves. This leads me back to the question about the rural zone program. I'm a firm believer and supporter of our local businesses. And I promise you, I really am. That's not an election thing, I'm telling you. I feel that way. We need them. They're vital to our community. But from what I understand, from what I read, and I'm going to use part of what was said during the debate as an example, because that's the only example I know to give you, is if a business spends $100,000 on improvements to their building or whatever the criteria they have to follow are, they get, and remember this was said, up to a $25,000 tax credit. Up to is the most important 2 words in that phrase, in that statement. Because that means you have to meet criteria outside, I'm basing it on what I was told, outside of just investing the money. What comes along with that, and again, this is according to the post on, I think Facebook, whatever it was. Believe me, I'm not good at that. Your tax credit is based on the number of new employees you hire, number of jobs you create. And I get that. Mm-hmm. I completely understand it. But what that does, in my opinion, is it requires a business owner to make an investment. Now, there's some people that we have in our community that can just afford that.
That's right.
For the most part, we don't. We don't have that. So if they're going to make that investment, the first thing they have to do is go in debt, whether it's to a bank or wherever they're going to get the money. The next thing they have to do is employ however many people is required to receive that tax credit. And that leads me back to what I was saying about the grant. If you increase a business's burden, and that's in essence what that would do, then you haven't helped them, nor have you helped your community. What's going to help our businesses and our community is to increase traffic to those businesses. And the way you do that, I hate to sound like a broken record, is through manufacturing. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Now, don't get me wrong, manufacturing's not easy. It's going to be a lot of work. But I'll do whatever it takes. But I'm not dead set against rural zone program. I see where it can have a lot of benefits to our businesses as long as they are having aid and improvement in their revenue. In essence, it appears to me it's asking them to assume more burden, and that will kill downtown business quicker than anything. That's my view.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. That's going to lead into my next question. What about the city management?
Well,
that's funny how they come right in line.
Yeah. Well, I'd prefer not to have been asked that, but I'll answer it. If I'm elected, each department has a head, and then of course you have a city manager. each of those department heads have to be held accountable. But they need direction. They need to understand, and I'm not saying they don't have it. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. They need to be able to provide competent service, honest service, fiscal conservative, courteousness to all citizens and to all we deal with. And they need to be willing to work with other local entities to further the benefit of our county, or our city, I'm sorry. That being said, if I get elected, while the audit is ongoing, I plan on doing an evaluation on each department head as well as the manager to see exactly where we are and why. I hear a lot of complaints about this one and that one, and you may be right on target. Then again, you may not be.
That's right.
Let me get the facts. I can promise you, I don't like terminating anyone, and that's not my goal. My goal is to make this city function and prosper properly so the citizens are served in the manner that they deserve. So when it comes to city management, whatever's required is what I'm going to do. But the criteria I have mentioned must be adhered to at all times. That also goes to city employees, all city employees. Everybody has a job to do. Everybody should be working to improve on what they do on a daily basis. And that does two things. One, it increases their awareness and hopefully their confidence in the job they're doing. But it also increases your confidence in us and in the type of service that you should and deserve to be provided. So everybody will be accountable, I can assure you.
That's right. Well, that's going to lead us into another word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with Mr. Brooks Blitch to talk some more about the mayor's race.
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Homerville Jewelers in Homerville is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. Our newly remodeled location has that special gift for the bride and groom or that perfect gift for the new baby. Homerville Jewelers has the gifts that are suited for any special occasion, whatever it might be. Homerville Jewelers can perform jewelry repairs and offers a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces. No need to shop out of town. Homerville Jewelers can supply all your gift and jewelry needs. Let Kathy Townsend and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville.
For the best pizza and wings in town any day of the week, check out Huey's One Stop in Homerville. Drop by, fuel up, and let Mr. Nick Patel and staff serve you some mouth-watering pizza and wings that you won't soon forget. Or just take that favorite pizza and box of wings home. Call 912-487-2338 to order your pizza and wings every Friday night after the game. Huey's One Stop, 193 Church Street, Homerville. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-GO, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
This is Alan Hanley, and I want to tell you about Dre's Snack Shack. Dre specializes in chicken wings, barbecue, sausage, hot dogs, hamburgers, salads, and a variety of other mouth-watering menu items. So y'all come on down and see Dre at Dre's Snack Shack. He can handle all your catering needs also. The good thing is he stays open late at night after the games. So please come in and see Dre at Dre's Snack Shack.
You're watching CreekBox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to CreekBox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. I got my good buddy, Mr. Brooks Blitch. He's running for mayor of Homerville. Took the time to come back and do this. Brooks, got a couple more questions before I let you get out of here, man. Let's talk about the city's infrastructure a little bit, brother. What's your take on that?
Well, of course, every politician wants to improve infrastructure, or at least they say they do. The problem is a lot of people may not realize the correct way of going about it. I spoke earlier of manufacturing jobs, and with manufacturing is how your housing market can grow. Not just in sales of existing homes, but in people relocating to build homes. We have a community that has a lot to offer. Sometimes I don't think we value ourselves. But throughout my campaign, going to different homes, and again, I hadn't hit them all yet, so I'm coming. But there are a lot of roads in our city that are in dire need of repair. That's infrastructure. The water department, I've addressed that, and I'll try not to be long-winded on that again, but that's infrastructure. These things have to be done. But with housing and manufacturing, that they go together, and that's where you get growth. And as houses are built, there's going to be a need for roads. There's going to be a need possibly to extend our sewer services. Getting back to that vital utility I was saying.
That's right.
But that also generates income for the city. All of these things have to be done, but they have to be done responsibly. I've noticed in different areas of our neighborhood, and I'm talking about every area because I've been in them, there are parts of our city that appear to me to have been neglected. And I've actually heard that from citizens as well, but I've actually seen it with my own eyes. It's election time, so everybody's rushing to make sure that their contribution to improvement is noticed. The only thing I can promise you on infrastructure is I am going to work to make our local economy better by working as hard as I can, and it's going to be hard, to bring in manufacturers to grow our community and grow it in the right way with people that fall in love with this community like so many of us have. That's what we want. But the only way to get that is they have to have opportunity. We have good manufacturing companies here now, and I hate to keep bringing that up. We do. And we need to be very thankful for that. But without those, think about what would happen to our community and our economy and our infrastructure. What builds infrastructure is planning, choosing the right project to focus on, or projects, and there'll be multiple projects. Improving the quality of service that our citizens receive, be it from the police department, employees directly in City Hall, your mayor. All that contributes. But roads, employment, housing, and water are the three main infrastructural issues that I plan on addressing first. And as your mayor, I will do that. These are not promises. This is what I will do if I'm elected. It'll be tough. We'll have to work at it. But I will do what it takes to make it happen without raising your taxes.
That's good, man. I got one more question, Brooks. And this, when COVID come out, they were talking about mandates, and it was a lot of citizens in the community. No, I'm not going to do it or do this. The mask mandates. What's your take on mandates?
Well, the quick answer is I'm against all mandates. Mandates are an impediment to your right to choose what is best for you. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have rules that we have to follow. But when it comes to your health especially, government has no place in telling you how you should better protect yourself and your family. You know better than we do. Now, my father and I, my brother and his wife, and my mother got the first shot before she left, but we've all been vaccinated. That's what we chose to do.
That's right.
We do that based on what we thought at the time, and I'm still have my fingers crossed that it will help protect us. But as we see, it doesn't always. So it's not right to dictate to someone you have to have a vaccine, you have to wear a mask. I wear a mask when I'm out. That's what I do. What I do works for me and my father. It may not work for you. And I'm certainly not going to be the one to tell you have to wear one. But let me go a step further about mandates and talk about a curfew that was imposed on us a few years ago. It hasn't been long. COVID doesn't come out just at night. It's 24 hours a day.
That's right.
Okay? So if you're not doing things you need to during the day, making you sit at home is not going to help either. But I can't tell you what you need to do, and I'm not. And that's with any mandate. I don't care where it comes from. If the state or federal government were to impose some type of mandate, especially concerning the way you decide to deal with your own health and safety, with the exception of the laws, I'm not going to enforce it. And I'm going to fight not to enforce it. And it may cost me my position. But I'm a firm believer you have a right to make up your own mind. And the same thing goes to a lot of things. We have a lot of people that like to hunt in our community.
That's right.
I'm certainly against gun control. And believe me, that's a mandate. They may not call it that. And I know people are on different sides of that, but I'm against that. It's each individual's right to choose. And then whatever you choose, let your actions be responsible. Whether it's with a gun, be responsible. If it's with safety for you and your family, be responsible. But what makes me feel responsible is wearing a mask. That may not be useful for you. So I guess the short answer is I'm dead set against all mandates. People have a right to choose.
That's right, brother. Well, man, Brooks, we appreciate you taking the time to come be with us on CreekBox, man, during the debate and this one-on-one conversation. Man, before we get out of here, I'm going to let you look in the camera and talk to the citizens of Homerville and tell them why they should vote for Brooks Blitch.
Well, I could come up with a funny answer, but it's not.
Switch to Blitch.
Yeah, switch to Blitch. No, but the first thing for me personally is the reason I'm running. I'm running because I want to serve and I know how. And I truly believe that I am the best candidate in this election. I've had a lot of citizens before I ran and during the campaign have some very concerning ideas about what's happening. They're concerned about the city's finances. They're concerned about the operations of the city. They're concerned about neglect that goes on. They're concerned about taxes. We heard some of that during the debate. I'm probably considered more of a fiscal conservative than a lot of people. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but I am. I'm going to protect your money. I'm going to make sure you know where it goes. I'm going to make sure you know how much is there. But I'm going to serve. And if elected, I may serve 4 years. And if my job's done and somebody competent and qualified wants to run, bravo. This is not about me. It's not about me becoming mayor. It's about me serving this community and the people in it and working with the county and any other local agency that is going to be mutually beneficial to all. But my number one priority has to be the citizens of Homerville, and that's what it'll be. If I win and I feel like there's more that I need to finish, that's what I'll do too. But I can promise you this. If I win and if I decide to run for re-election, you'll have a solid record that you can base your decision on without me having to make a promise just to get through an election. You'll know. I won't have to tell you what I did. You'll know. I care and I love this community and I love everybody in it. And there are people that don't love me back. That's okay. We're all still the same.
That's right.
I'm going to serve each and every citizen. I don't care the race. I don't care the financial status. The only thing I care about is our community and the satisfaction of every citizen that lives here and making it attractive for people who can have opportunity here. And we can through hard work, to want to be a part of our special town. I guess this is the end of the questions, so I'd like to finish up just by saying, and I've already said it, that I love each and every person here. I love everybody in the whole county, believe it or not. And I can assure you, there are people in the whole county, not everybody loves me back. But that's okay. It doesn't change my goal. And it doesn't change the way I feel. God bless our town. And God bless each and every one of you. And thank you for taking the time to watch these interviews. Take care.
Brooks, we appreciate everybody tuning in. And Brooks, if elected, we hope you'll come back as mayor and do some interviews on CreekBox to keep everybody informed what's going on in the community, brother.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and just let me add this now. This happens, and I'm telling you, when you're on camera, at least for me, it's a little bit different. But one other thing is I will keep the citizens informed. I'll do it through CreekBox, I'll do it through print, and I'll do it on the computer through Facebook and a county or city website. Now granted, I might have to have some help with that, but I'll do it. So I would be more than happy and honored to be able to come back and keep the citizens informed and answer any questions you have. I'm going to be a daily mayor. I'm not looking to get anything out of this but to serve. I'll have office hours every day. There are times during the day that I have to step out for a little bit because I have another obligation I have at home. Not a big deal, but it's something I have to go do. But then I'm right back. So I'm going to be accessible, I'm going to be attentive, and I can promise you I'm going to be effective. Now, God bless.
Man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Excuse me. I want to remind everybody early voting is underway. The election's November the 2nd. I appreciate Brooks coming on CreekBox, and I appreciate all y'all. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
You're watching CreekBox TV.